You got knocked off again, didn't you? So anyway, the man that came to do the utility room, he didn't have no tools. He said he didn't need them. He didn't need tools. He doesn't possess any tiling tools. And I asked, how are you supposed to tile somewhere if you don't have any tools? I'm doing it now. And he said, we don't need tools. He said, I don't need tools. I said, why is that? He said, well, I only ever fit a 7 by 9 inch. He works for a housing association, you see. Oh. So I said, how do you manage to cut the tiles? He said, well, I don't. So how can you tile anywhere if you don't have the necessary tools? So then I asked him if he would like to borrow mine or use mine. Oh, I've put that there and it's a bit early. To which he said yes. Then, however, he was trying to cut the tiles with my tile-in tools, and he didn't know how to use them. Methinks he wasn't a tiler at all that they sent. In fact, well, obviously not a tiler. And then he wanted to use my electric tiler, not tiler, cutter, in the utility room. And I said, well, no, the mess will be horrendous. He said, well, it makes a mess, does it? So I says, well, yes, it does, as a matter of fact. You see, you have to use water in it. And as the diamond cutter, as it goes around and cuts through the tiles, it flicks up bits of stuff everywhere, you know, tiling matter. So bits of clay and porcelain and whatever else. Oh, he says. And he says, well, can I use it outside? And I said, well, of course you can use it outside. The thing is, I said, it's hissing down with rain. How can you? You can't, because then you'll blow yourself up. You'll get electrocuted. You can't use electrical devices out in the rain, but you're wired into, albeit a safety cable, out in the rain, and expect not to get shocked. So I can't be held responsible for that. So then he started using my tile scribe and breaker, you know, it's a bit like a tile guillotine, really. And he was doing it, and he was snapping my tiles, and I'm watching money disappear. You know, because every tile is money gone. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh. He said, well, it's tricky, he said. You see, you've got these beveled edges on the tiles. And I said, well, I know the beveled edges. But I said, what you need to do is you need to start at one end and scribe right the way along. And so you go up and over the bevel. So you make sure that's scratched. And then you go down the other side and then you make sure that's scratched. So I showed him how to do it once again. And I cut the tiles for him a few times. And then he had enough confidence to use it himself. However, I still hear the click, 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 or clunk, 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 or smash, smash, smash of various tile pieces. I don't really know. He took 4 afternoons and 1 morning to do that one little bit, the pillar. I had that done in a day, albeit it was it was a better job, to be honest with you. But I can't really knock the man because he tried. In fact, I did take some off and reinstate them, you know. And that's the other thing, he was using the wrong size, like little crosses they are, little, addition things that you, to regulate the gaps in between the tiles. Well, as these tiles were quite narrow and fine, you need the fine tile gaps, and he was putting ginormous ones in, and I thought, why are you putting those in? Look, I said, look, they're not even now. This is not even with the bit I've done, which didn't have to come off. So all those tiles had to come off and they had to be redone. So I did have to keep my weary eye on him. I had enough on my plate at that time because my son being in hospital and he was so poorly, and I was really worried about that. And then they send, albeit a very nice, polite, kind man, to do the tiling. I would have thought they would have chose somebody who could actually tile to send it. But times are hard, you know. I mean, there's not everybody is in work yet, and and so, I mean, these companies, they have people out with I can't say the C word. They have people on the sick. It's going around. So you've got to take whatever workers you can get, really. So I am grateful, very grateful, that he's done the tiling. But I would have been so happy if he'd have just done the plastering and repaired the water damage, because I couldn't really see what he was doing, because I had to stay away because I was losing my rag, as it were. So I don't know if he's repaired the gaps in the door frame or if he hasn't. I hope he has. I did see him squirt a bit of silicone, but I didn't see behind the silicone. So who can say what's there? But I will know if there's a problem, because obviously I will get more water damage. And then, before he started tiling, to fill in the gap, because obviously there were gaps around the ceiling where the water had been coming in, and so there was yes. So I don't think, well, I know he's not very inept plasterer neither, to be honest with you. Well, I would have done a better job myself. No, I'm not saying that to be funny. I'm not. I would have. So I went to check on the progress of the gap repairing, only to find that he had put UPVC, what is it called? Flashing, or reveals, you know, that frame the door, UPVC flashing, or yes, reveals. He'd put them around the top of the pillar, so it was absolutely dreadful. So I said, look, please, can you take that off the ceiling? If I want coving, I will put coving up. That's not coving. He said, what, you don't like it? I said, no, I don't like it. It's hideous. You know, oh, my leeks. So, words fail me, you know, where, can I save my leeks, please? Let me move some of my leeks. Let's put them by there. I think I have a better shelf over there. So, oh, there's only one in there. It's only until they've finished working in there, isn't it, really? So, like I say, you have to be grateful for what you get. And, yes. And I am grateful. A little let down, but I am grateful. But I just wish that these companies would send competent workers. You know, workers that have a certificate in this, that, or the other, whatever they're doing. When he finished, he said he was a painter. Look, I'm always covered in mud. He said he was a painter decorator by trade. Painter decorator, plasterboarder, whatever. I know that kind of all goes together. Painter decorator. Now, as a rule, painter decorators do plasterboarding. My plasterboarding was better than his, is all I can say. I think I will take the trim off that he, well, it's just, you see, I would have tiled right to the door and then put the reveal over the tiles. That way the edges would have been nice and they would have been sealed and no worries, but he didn't. He put the sill on round the door, not the door, the reveal, sorry, on the door, and then he, oh, let's plant my onions. Yes, you can go in there, you'll be there for the winter. Let's just pop these in the soil by there. That's it. That's quick and easy seed planting, isn't it? So I shall show you his work. Yes, so there is his work. Let's put my boots tidy. So you see, so he's done all those, and you can see what I can see, can't you? Tell me you can. The tiles are on a slant, and then you go up, and they're still on a slant. So that's one. And then he's put the trim on, if you can see. That is not good. That bit there is so sharp you'd cut your finger open. So then you've got that bit there. So that's my tiling down there. Yes, I have to tighten up the thing. And I re-tiled this. This little bit by here because it just was out. And so I have to take those tiles off. And I think that I will make a continuance up the ceiling. But I've got bigger worries than that on my mind. You see, can you see how skew if that wall is? When I say about this stuff there, he had it going around the top of the ceiling and around the corner there to there. It looked mighty dreadful. But the man had a good heart and the man tried, and for that I'm very grateful. But he didn't do a good job, did he? Let's be honest. Yes. Indeed. I do. Indeed. How has he done that, for goodness sakes? I mean, that is going to drive hell into me, that is. Oh, I've got eggs in my pocket. I must take them eggs out. Right then. I'm going now. My whinging done for the day-ish. I'm going to have a nice roast chicken dinner with my son and my other son's, the one who's in hospital, his girlfriend. We're having dinner together. Well, where they eat it, I don't know. If they're busy or whatnot, they'll usually grab and go. Yes. The sweet at the table would be a nice thing. Doesn't always happen. Right, so in case Miss Princess comes back down, which she may very well do. being as she left her shoes here because they've got a bit muddy. So anyway, when she came in from the ducks yesterday with me, she took off her shoes and she said, "Nanny, can I just put my shoes by yours?" And I said, "Of course you can, princess." And she said, "Oh, good." And then she came out to the utility room and there she put them, look. Did you see that? My little princess's shoes and my enormous wellies. So in case she comes down today, I shall leave her little shoes by there, bless her heart. I don't half love them. And my little prince came down as well. Yes, well, I am a lucky woman indeed. And I'm sorry for whinging about that. And if he's watching, then I'm very sorry. But he's a very nice man. Just, yes. So anyway, that's me for the moment. So may I just say, thanks very much for watching. Oh, we did take that bit of trim from up there. Thanks very much for watching. This is Angela from Not Just About Ducks saying TTFN, stay safe, God bless, and yes, have a wonderful weekend, whatever it is you're doing. Although it's Sunday today, so the weekend's almost over. But in any case, whatever you're doing, have a wonderful time, and God bless you. TTFN, ta-ta for now. This is Angela saying